Microphone kind of needs to be turned on so I can be heard. Oh. Anyway, hi. Um, I'm Mr. Relevant live. Just introducing myself kind of thing. So I wanted to do it live instead of just making a video introducing who I am, what I'm about. Kind of, get to know a little bit more about the guy who is what do I want to call it? Doing my research with Charlie Kirk, and I always want to say Clark, and I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't know. Probably Clark just like rolls off the tongue really well, I guess. But yeah, no, Charlie Kirk. Doing just research on him, watching his debates, watching clips on his debates. Seeing what other people are saying about him, see from their point of view, see what it is that they're going on about. So that's basically what I'm doing. But when it comes to like me, well, let's see, where to begin. Well, I am currently 32, and I have been across most of the continental U.S. There is only 4 states I have not been in: South Dakota, Maine, Alaska, and Hawaii. My current profession is I work in Medicare Advantage insurance. I help members understand their plan better, tell them what their benefits are, and I've become really good at understanding insurance these past few years. Very well, actually. Too well. Well, yeah. So I work from home, just like I've stated before. Literally, like, my desk is right here. My work stuff is literally like right there. My personal stuff is right here. I know I kind of did like this whole because I got a really big screen. Like, it's big, 49-inch monitor. So I love it. I dig it. It's a great monitor, actually. I recommend it. Let me see what else. Like I said before, when it comes to my color, like my favorite color, I really can't pick one. Too many out there. I really can't pick food either. I used to be super picky growing up about my food. I would not eat anything, really. But now I'm, oh, obviously consuming a lot. So, my wife is Brazilian. Like I said before, I lived in Brazil for 2 years. It was a great experience. Brazil is a beautiful country. Oh my gosh. Shout out to my Brazilians out there. Love you guys. I unfortunately do not know very much Portuguese. I know phrases and words. I can't have a full conversation. Unfortunately. Not for the lack of trying. Still getting over bronchitis, but as you can tell, it is a little bit better, more manageable for sure. Been taking medicine, which I think I need to take mine at around 9 p.m. It's like a 12-hour cycle thing. But yeah, so my walk with Jesus, it's been a bumpy road on that front. I've had the stereotypical shoved down my throat type of thing growing up. Almost all of us have. Not all of us, obviously, because there's people around the world that have never even heard of who Jesus is. I had it shoved down my throat. Can't really say it was like a negative, like in any real meaning, like a negative way. But when I did finally embrace Jesus like I should have done so long ago, my entire world turned upside down. It's almost as if like a sheet that was covering my face, making me unable to see, was just lifted. But yeah, so I try to be as open and honest to everyone that I come across, whether they are nice to me, not nice to me, whether they are someone that I consider a friend, loved one. I try to be honest with people. Now, I haven't always been honest with people, but we're all human. And I've only just, I would say, probably in, I want to say my walk really started going about 7 years ago, where I really started like opening my eyes and, do stuff that I should be doing, properly. But we've all had it rough. Everyone has a point in time in life where they're struggling. I can say right now, spiritually, I feel great. Financially, of course, I wish I had more, but like that's like everyone. You know what I mean? The money that I make is enough to help me pay rent and give my wife a life. Give my wife a life that she deserves, which she deserves everything. My goal, here's my current goal with my life is continue to grow my relationship with Jesus. That's number one. And number two is to give my wife a life that is good, that she can feel happy in. My whole goal, and I've told her this like a million times, like, and she's like kind of like ignores it. But like I want to give her the opportunity to just work as an option. Like I don't want her to feel like she is forced to work. She currently works at Target and she hates it. I keep trying to get her to apply to, other companies. I keep trying to get her degrees to be, oh, what is the term? They basically take the degrees that she has in Brazil, translate them, and see if they're any good here. I don't know, like, what the term, like, there's a terminology for that. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But she has these 2 degrees. She's unbelievably smart. Smarter than I am, for sure. And the way that I've compared it to, with my family, even with her and my parents, and she even agrees with this, when it comes to, like, book smart, oh, she makes me seem like a big dumb. Big dumb. But when it comes to, like, street smart, oh, I got her beat. I got her beat a long time ago. Hi, Jonathan. Your first video on this channel was recommended to me today. I have almost watched all you've posted. I appreciate you and your research on Charlie Before Judgment. Thank you so much. And the fact that my video has been recommended, I mean, if you saw my video with my 100 subscriber thing, I'm already at 200. I'm still trying to process that. Like I just made my part 3 video and then went live. So look forward to that. I like your style, no flashy edits or lights, and yeah, I'm leaving that for my gaming channel. So like I'll do all the flashy stuff, which I still don't know what I'm doing even with that. But so I'll leave that to that channel and do all that fun stuff over there. So this channel, I'm just gonna keep it like pure raw. Like there's plenty of people out there that are doing like the live reaction to like the musics, to what people are saying. I'll let them do that. So I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. Keep going, your channel will grow quickly. It really has. I mean, I do feel as though like Jesus has called me to do this and like basically just made this channel on a whim. And then I wake up one morning, the next morning, my first video went from, had over 100 views. Then it hit 1,000 and 2,000. And then as of right now, last time I looked, just let me look. Oh gosh, excuse me. I'm still dealing with bronchitis. It won't go away. It is now currently at 5,574 views, which I'm glad that, people are listening to like my opinion. I literally use the name Mr. Irrelevant unironically. It's supposed to be funny. because one thing that I've noticed so far when it comes to Charlie is he wants everyone's voice to be heard and everyone to feel relevant. So, I'm trying to find my way back to Jesus, and what I've watched from you so far has really helped me. I'm very glad to hear that. And it's a privilege and a pleasure to help you with your walk towards Jesus. And one of the things that I recommend people to read in the Bible, and it's one of the hardest reads because of what happens, is the book of Job. That's my favorite book because if you look at how Job lived his life and then how everything happened, his faith, his faith never wavered. And I've always told people that if you could be like 1%, like I wish I could be like 1% of Job. Because like, oh my gosh, man, that man, when I go to heaven, Lord willing, he's one of the first people that I want to talk to. He's not the number one. Of course, number one is Jesus. I would love to sit down and have a conversation with Jesus right now. But Job is definitely one of the people that I really look forward to having a conversation with when going to the Golden City. But yeah, like the Book of Job is a rough read if you haven't read it. I do recommend it because he's a guy who had a lot, who was actually doing pretty good, and then Satan wanted to put him through the test, and he basically told Satan no. That's the short gist of it, but like he went through so much and proved off drop. And he proved like his faith is just, Jesus even says, if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed, which most people don't even know what that is, it's the smallest seed in the world. If you have faith that big, you can literally move a mountain. Think about it. So many people out there that I have seen have like amazing faith, like huge faith, and they can't even move a tree. I'll take any readings you recommend. I haven't read the Bible in decades, and even then, only the New Testament. Well, I definitely read the Old Testament for sure. Old Testament has a lot of good stuff, and one thing that I do, like, even if you read the Bible not being like looking at it as a religious aspect, it's literally the best book ever written. It's so good. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's an amazing book. Like, you don't need to be religious to enjoy the Bible. But whenever people hear wow, gosh, talking, despite the fact that I do it for a living, my goodness. Despite the fact that people hear the word Bible, they immediately go to, ew, religion. What's wrong with religion? I think it's great. I actually studied a lot of religions, not just Christianity. I've studied a lot of them. And I've even had conversations with my dad, I love talking to my dad about this type of stuff. But like, if you study religion, you'll see that there's actually a lot of religions out there that have the very, very similar stories that the Bible have. Even though the Bible is one of the more recent ones, all things considering, there are a lot of similar stories, but the only one that like has truth to it is the Bible. There's historical evidence and facts that Jesus was a real person. There's historical evidence and facts that he did die, and there's records that he came back from the dead. And that's just in the Bible and out of the Bible. So it's amazing. I love it. But yeah, look, Bible, amazing read. Even if you aren't religious and just want a good read, I recommend reading it. Do you read it in book order or go back and forth between old and new? I just got a 365 reading plan. So that's a good question because it really depends on like what you're looking for. Some pastors will go from one thing to another when they're talking about certain things. For me, I'm doing a fresh read from cover to cover, starting from the Old Testament, going all the way through New Testament and ending it. That's where I'm currently doing. I'm still in the New Testament. I think I am currently still in Genesis. I think. No, I'm not in Genesis. Wait, where am I at? No, yes, I am still in Genesis. Okay. Am an evidence kind of person. The one piece that really gets me. Shroud. Oh yeah, yep, for sure. 100%. Yeah, so for me, I'm doing cover to cover. I'm doing a fresh read on it. I haven't done like a cover to cover read on the Bible since I was like a kid. I used to have this old Bible that, gosh, I wish I still had it. I regret giving that Bible to the person that gave it to you, because it was like, you're not gonna find a Bible like that anymore. It had like pictures, and it had like maps of like Jesus's walk. It had all sorts of things. Like that particular Bible that I had, you won't be able to find again. And the person I gave it to burned it because she was my ex-girlfriend. She was mad at me. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Really, nothing you can really do. But yeah, so for me, the best books. There's obviously the Book of John, Paul. There's Proverbs. There's so many that are really, really amazing. The one that I always recommend will always be Job, just because if you're struggling in life, just remember that you're not the only one. And Job is like the best example that I can give of just having faith. And I'm not good at explaining things, to be honest, but like, yeah, like Book of Job for sure. I mean, I'm doing cover to cover. I'm currently on Genesis right now. Trying to read some of these names is very difficult because, granted, reading names just in general is not easy for me. I'm not good with names like at all. I recently learned my sister and my mom's Bible. Prince is way too small for me to read. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, some Bibles are really small when it comes to print. Like my Bible, I mean, look how big my Bible is. It's tiny, but it has all of it in there. And here, like, I'll show you like the size. Like, it is small. I do wish it was bigger, but like, see that? Like, it's not unreadable. Like, I can look at it this far and be fine. But yeah, like it's crazy how much information you can fit. You know, good. Yeah, I recommend it. It was one of the. I remember being a kid and my grandma had me read that specifically because at that point in time I was not doing too good. Um, so I want to say it was around when my house caught on fire. So let me explain. I lived in northwestern Pennsylvania on the border of Ohio and PA. And if you don't know where Pennsylvania and Ohio is, if you're outside of the country, it's basically around the Great Lakes between the U.S. and Canada. So like central east-ish. And my mom was contracting with a bank and was living at the time in, I think, Birmingham, Alabama. It was either Birmingham, Alabama, or she started her contracting with the bank in Memphis, Tennessee. Can't remember, but, irrelevant. My dad was a manager in a cost center for Bank of America, and he had just left to go to the Philippines because needed to manage his cost center. So one thing I can say about living on a farm, and this is a little sidetracked, is it is a life experience I miss. It was awesome, and I would love to go back and live that kind of life because it's so peaceful. But so my dad is traveling. He's literally 18-hour flight, still in the air when this happens. I invite my friend over. His stepsister came and her boyfriend came. We're all hanging out. And then I went to go take them home early that morning. And like, thank you, Jesus, for this, but Your smile doesn't look too terrible. I have bought a couple larger print Bibles. Oh, hey! Hey, what's up? Ohio! Um, so the house catches on fire. While I am taking my friend home, my friend, his stepsister, and her boyfriend. And here's the thing. If they were not there, I would not be here to be talking to you guys the way that I am right now. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have my wife that I have right now. I wouldn't be able to do this because of how the fire happened. So I was taking them home. I come back, and as I'm walking up my front porch, I, look into the window, and it's just black. I'm like, but it's daytime outside. And for those that live in, that general area, during winter, lake effect snow sucks because it's thick and it sticks. It's fun to play in, but it can get deep. So it was middle winter. There was snow on the ground. I would say about like maybe 4 or 5 inches. Let me go ahead and do conversion for those that don't know what that is. Let me see. So it was about 10 centimeters, 4 inches. And I opened up the door and literally just black. Just black. Can't see a thing. I haven't seen anything that black before when it comes to just like walking in. So I immediately rush into the house because I'm trying to find my dog. Her name was Dakota at the time. I'm like calling her name, trying to find her, and I run inside the house like an idiot. But I want to find my dog. So I was running around, and I run into the kitchen, and the fire's in the kitchen. And I'm trying to remember all the details. It was literally engulfing that entire wall. I kept looking around. The way that the house was set up is, let's say that here's the front door, right here. Like right here is I'll do it like this. Right here. Here's the front door, like right here is a little like nook. There's stairs leading right here, a living room over here, dining room, kitchen. And so I literally like run around into the kitchen. Fire's right here in front of me. While I'm looking for my dog, she's back here on the living room floor. So I run. So when I do finally find her, I grab her, take her outside. And I'm not even joking. My immediate reaction is to perform CPR. I immediately started performing CPR on the dog. Unfortunately, she didn't make it. Didn't matter. I tried to perform CPR on her. Wouldn't have helped anyway. But like the way that the fire was, if I did not invite my friend over at the time, and how it just like kind of like came, and with how my sleeping schedule was at the time, I had a horrible sleeping schedule. Standard, high schooler type of stuff. Staying up till like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Waking up at like 11, 12, 1 in the afternoon. That typical stuff. And if it wasn't for me getting up as early as I did to go take them home, I would not have made it. So I definitely thank Jesus so much for me being the way that I was at the time, because I hated being alone. Still do. Despite the fact, well, it's kind of ironic, but I'll get into that. I'm sorry to hear that. I did back from, oh yeah, like losing and that's one thing about pets, like it's not, gosh dang it, I am so sorry. Not everyone can, like, I grew up having pets, so dogs, primarily dogs, but I do, I have had some cats in the past, and not everyone has, like, the joy of having a pet. Growing up, living in northern Delaware, like I said in the first video, I did grow up in the ghetto, a little bit, and then once my parents finally got more established, we were able to move into a more suburb area. And that was about 7.5 when we finally moved into like our own suburb. And at the time, we had a dog named Durango. We got him after we moved into that house. I want to say it was like maybe 8 or 9 when we got Durango. And he was my best friend. During that time period, I was standard stereotypical stuff, bullied in school, even when I moved to Pennsylvania, I was still like that one kid that didn't really belong in any like groups of people. I was just there. Kind of had talked to everyone. But that was Pennsylvania. But in Delaware, like everyone always had like their groups that your stereotypical groups. You had your nerds, you had the jocks, you had Mexicans, you had African Americans, and so on. Like everyone always had like their own groups. And even though that, I'm trying to remember when I finally got to that one school, I remember at one point there was these 2 white guys who talked a lot of smack in this one class, and there's these African American kids that did the same thing. And I do remember when one of the white kids was absent, the other white kid kind of just like shut down, and then the other kids were kind of like, going at him. Like I felt bad for him, and I wanted to like say something, but I didn't know what to say. If you don't mind sharing, what's your domination? Domination in what regard? Oh, of Christianity. That's actually a good question. I never really thought about it because there's so many different ones and versions and types that I really don't know. So the way that I like whenever I'm looking for a church, I look for like one of 2 things. One of them being is, are they actually preaching the word that comes from the Bible? Are they preaching it, or are they pushing some kind of message? If they're trying to push some kind of message, I kind of don't want to be a part of that, because a lot of those churches, like I've seen so many like just bad churches out there that are so greedy, and like I don't want to be a part of those types of churches. So like what my denomination, like I really don't know. That's a good question. All I know is that when it comes to me, I can tell you what I believe in. The Bible is true, 100%. Jesus came down to earth and died on the cross for our sins. 3 days later, he came back. That is a fact. And the apostles went around the world that they knew at the time. They know, of course, obviously didn't come to the U.S. or Brazil. Granted, those countries didn't exist back then, but like the continents, North and South America, they didn't get that far. But so for me, it's I want a pastor that preaches the Bible, all of the Bible, not just this section here, this section there. I want all of it. I want the truth. I want to know the passage of when Jesus says, be gone, I do not know you. I want like that. I want all of it. So I guess my denomination is whatever denomination that is. So it's just, it is hard finding a good church nowadays. Oh my gosh, seeing how many people are going to church now from Mr. Kirk just being taken away from us. The more I watch him, the more I wish I watched him sooner. Like, man, I wish I could have talked to that guy. Oh, the conversation I could have had with him. But yeah, so like, as long as the church is like actually preaching the gospel properly, I think I'll be fine. That's me. Thank you for saying that. I've thought about denomination, and I have no idea what I am other than Christian. Why must we decide one way? Right, exactly. Thank you. You put it Like, took the words right out of my mouth. What does it matter? Who cares? As long as, you know, we are walking with Jesus, that we are understanding that he is the way, the one true way. You cannot go to heaven unless you go through him. He's the way. Same here. I'm non-denominational, but my at least right now is more like a Reformed Baptist. Okay, yeah, I'm that's a good one. I can't argue that if I could English. That is a good one for sure. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Just about me. Okay, I do like playing video games. I haven't really played that much lately, just because I've been so focused on work, trying to, you know, learn more about Charlie, see what other people are saying about him. But I do like playing video games. The type of video games I like playing is almost all of them. I say almost all of them, but I don't really play all of them. Like, I'm not a big, huge fan of sports games. Strategy, I love strategy. I love being able to think. I like moving pieces around, puzzles, you know. Strategy is really big for me because you have to sit there and think, you know what I mean? My current profession is I work in Medicare health insurance. So I handle stuff like claims, benefits, and eligibility. I talk to members and providers along the like. So I have become fairly good with insurance in terms of like knowing what a good plan is or not in these past few years, especially when it comes to Medicare. But yeah, no, I've been in this field for about the Medicare side for now. I'm going on close to 2 years now. Oh my gosh, almost 2. Wow. I've been doing insurance for about like 5, I would say. The entire time I was living in Brazil, I was basically doing insurance. I started with doing like all the insurance, just like getting people connected to a insurance provider, whether it's home, health, life, etc. Auto. The second one was just verifying mental health benefits for members, and that, like, mental health is very, like, I take that very seriously. And whenever I talk to someone who is a provider who, you know, does mental health, I thank them so much for, you know, doing what they do, because it's hard to do that type of job, especially be good at it. And now I'm in Medicare insurance, and right now, the Medicare side of things, like, Medicare is like weird right now. It's all over the place. Unfortunately, my job is finite, and it's slowly being taken over by AI. That I can confirm. I'm not mad about it. Does it stink? Yeah, but like, I'm not upset. I mean, you know, it's gonna happen. But I've already had to take calls from AI, just confirming benefits and eligibility. There will always be a human element when it comes to what I do. There will have to be a human element, because of there's certain things that you can't accomplish without the human element present. But yeah, so that's what I do currently in terms of profession. I wish I did make more, but I mean, I can't complain because it pays the bills. But yeah, but yep, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing with this channel, making videos about Charlie Kirk, about other things. Like, you know, what your favorite color is. I don't even know why I even thought about that today. I was just thinking, like, what's a good color? And I just couldn't think of any. Comes to denomination again, like, I mean, just like you put it, I really don't have one. You're in healthcare too? Yeah. Healthcare is a good industry to be in. It's just a little rough because of the fact that we literally went from Republican to Democrat, Republican to Democrat, Republican to Democrat, and just haven't had one for a while. It's literally constantly like, it's like this, like constantly. And I can't sit here and say, you know, which party is better when it comes to healthcare. The U.S. has kind of monopolized healthcare, which sucks, but I mean, at the same time, like it works. Having the experience that I have in Brazil lets me have like a appreciation for what the current system that we currently have. Keep doing the good work. I hope to get your opinions or talk about theology in the future because that is my interest. Oh, I love talking about that type of stuff all the time. Oh my, like I literally have a buddy who, this is gonna make you guys laugh. So, like I said, I like playing video games. I met this dude once when it come like the very first time I met this guy playing Star Wars: Old Republic. Then we ended up playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and then like we started talking about you know, the Bible and theology and everything, and it was like, and we just kept going and going and going and going, and I was like, dude, we should like why am I not recording this? This is like an amazing conversation. And then it's just like, did we just become best friends? It's like in Step Brothers. Yep. I still talk to him to this day, and like he was there at the beginning of this of me making this channel. He was literally my first subscriber. And I love that man. That man's awesome. And I look forward to actually literally having him on some of these videos. You guys will get to meet him. He's a great dude. And I even talked to him about the Book of Job too, and was like, and we're going back and forth about that too. Like it's talk like when you find someone who just likes talking, the conversations you will have will be priceless. Doesn't matter where they're from. Doesn't matter what their background is. Doesn't matter if they're left wing or right wing. Just like having a good conversation is something that is so enjoyable. And I love doing it. I love talking. Despite the fact that my wife and I joke all the time about how we don't like people, I love talking. I can talk for hours. Just about the most random things. It doesn't even need to be anything important. You can just be like about the sky and like the weather. Oh man. Yeah, no, like I was not expecting. So I'm gonna be honest with you all. I know I've said this already a couple of times, but like I was not expecting this channel to go anywhere. Or get any kind of like, you know, views. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. I'm watching your research video right now, and you're an excellent head. Got an excellent head on your shoulders, brother. Glad I found your channel. Thank you so much for, you know, coming and saying hi, and let me know what you think about those videos. I mean, I'm doing more. I'm still not sure if I'm going to do like a research video daily, just because there's so much things to cover when it comes to Charlie that it's hard to like really pick like which topics to talk about. And there might be times where I'm just making the same video again, and it's just me saying the same things. But like I don't want to do that, but it's gonna, I know for a fact at some point it's gonna get hard, but I'm gonna be doing this for as long as I'm able. Sadly, everyone lost their devices now. Nobody talks face to face. Yeah, everyone is just. Would you do debates on? That's a good question. Like, I wouldn't mind like doing a debate or even hosting a debate, because I would love to debate stuff. It's just I'm an idiot. I don't know very much. So I would have to like prepare for the debate, do literally what Charlie does, and that's like get all the information, all the facts, all like everything on there, and be like, okay, this is what I have found. Like I would love to like debating is something that is awesome, and I think we should still do. I remember when I did a college visit to Edinburgh University. If you know where that is, you know what that is, then you know. I don't even know if it is even called Edinburgh University anymore. But I remember going through that college, and they literally were having classes debating. The students were debating. These young men and women were literally debating. So far, these past few years, I've seen that kind of stopped. And I don't know why it stopped. Debating is good for your brain. It's good for you. And the fact that we just lost the most important figure when it comes to debates, it breaks my heart. It really does. And if like anyone from Turning Point or any of those people were to like ever come across my videos, which is probably next to like 0, and even come across this, just know that I can feel his presence no longer here, and I feel it every day. And I wish that I got to meet him. But I mean, the more that I do research on Charlie, the more I like him. Because I'm not just looking for specific points like, oh, he talked about this thing and he's evil for it, or oh, he talked about that thing, he's good for it. I look for like all of it. And I mean all of it. I'm looking for like the small things, the things that seem like they don't matter to. I mean, I even pointed it out on what my part 3 is about. Literally waffles and pancakes. And then a young woman asking him about like she lives in a broken home, both parents divorced, dad is left wing, mom is right wing, which way should she go? Like, people need to see those clips, not the like agenda pushing nonsense that people are trying to push. They need to see like that stuff, because you can see like how passionate he is. You can see the life in his eyes. You can see the joy that he gets talking about waffles and pancakes. I watched that clip like 3 times. It was so funny. You should check out the lives they're doing on his channel. Someone new every day talking about Charlie. I actually have been. I've been not all of them, because I'm doing, I'm obviously doing my own thing. Like yesterday, I couldn't watch anything too much because I went to go have dinner with my mom. I saw that clip with the teenager. It was so right. Yes, it was so strong, because that clip, like you can see that he wasn't trying to convince her. He was just like, and he literally went biblical with it, and people sitting there saying, "Oh, he's not Christian." I can, like, look at that clip. It's like, come on. I don't get it. Powerbeck was in tears today. Oh, I believe it. I mean, millions of people are saying they never cried for someone they never met before. I'm one of those people. And it didn't really hit me till I saw a YouTube short on like the casket, seeing his wife like break down into tears, seeing the police and the transport. Like, that's when it really like hit me. And I remember, like, I actually wanted to talk about this in one of the other videos. Give me 1 second. My wife is sending me a picture of her nieces and her mom out in Brazil. I'd show you, but my wife is doesn't like me talking about her or sharing her pictures, but I do hope I can get her on here. Like, it's gonna be a great thing. Give me 1 moment. So I remember what 10th. So my mom texted me asking how I was feeling because dealing with bronchitis. And she asked me if I made a doctor's appointment. I haven't yet, because, I mean, last time I went to a doctor's appointment for bronchitis, they just gave me drugs and that was it. And then she said, Charlie Kirk was shot at an event today. It happened a couple of hours ago. No word on his progress. He was shot in the neck. And I was like, Charlie Kirk. I've heard that name before. I don't remember the face. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, him. I hope he's okay. My mom said he seems like a really nice guy. We watch him a lot. he has 2 really young kids. And see, like that right there. He has 2 really young kids. That was the first thing that my mom mentioned. She didn't say anything about like what his political beliefs were or anything. It was just he has 2 kids. Like, they're never going to see his dad again. That's what gets me. And then a few minutes after that, there are like as soon as like my mom told me that, like I was like focused on it. I was like, what's happening? What's going on? This was right after I got off work. And she said that there are reports that he's dead. And I was like, and I responded with, I'm seeing the same things. And she responded with, this is very sad. And my response was 100%. So the fact that there that there are still people out there crying his name, that he is like evil, I'm still not seeing it. And I'm looking. I'm not seeing it. That's the worst part. Eric and the kids. Yes, that is the worst part. And the fact that some people just are completely ignoring that fact. There's even people saying, like, go get her wife now. Go get his wife. Like, are you not, like, hearing yourself? Like, if my... I don't, I don't get it. Like, like, a lot of horrible things have happened to me in my life, and even to my wife's life, but I never wish death upon anyone. Never. I had to stop watching. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm not watching the obvious, like, nonsense. I'm watching, like, the serious stuff, when it comes to, like, the research that I'm doing. Luigi in the background, am I glad you feel the same as I do? Yeah, don't be hating on my Luigi. I'm glad you... Yes. Don't be hating on my Luigi. I love Luigi. You see, I got, like, Yoshi, like, right there. Among Us. Right there. I have 2 lightsabers, but one of the batteries died, so I... Yeah. Got a green one. Actually, no, I have 4 lightsabers. One of them's kind of broken. One of them got from Disney World with the, like, making your own lightsaber thing. And then I got a purple one and a green one. Yeah, it's totally evil. We got to remember Christ is the only one who can judge them. Exactly. I just thought of the... I gotcha. The irony is he wanted to silence Charlie, and look what happened. Yeah. Revelation 2. Yep, 100%. And I just love the fact that, you know, felt like I knew him too. Yeah. Like that's the worst part. Is like the more you watch him, the more you can like relate to him, because when people are like being genuine and like honest, you feel like you know that person, because it's just like you can like they're not putting on a mask. And I know what that's like. I used to be a master at putting on a mask. We'll get into that later. But like when someone is being genuine with you and you can just like see the type of person they are, you can feel it. And I know people literally from both left and right that are those type of people. And I love them, and I think about them all the time. I pray for them, and I like it's just one of those things, you know? But like just it hurts. It hurts. I would have loved to have at least met that man. He's younger than I am, and that's one of the things that I have a hard time processing. Like he's literally a year younger than me. Same age as my wife. Granted, his birth from when is his birth? His birthday is going to be October 14th. So he is basically almost a month younger than my wife. And I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying not to cough in your guys' ear. But yeah, like it... So young. like, I have a hard time thinking about it. I remember having a conversation with a guy, and he believes that. Now, this is a topic that, you know, it's, hey, don't talk about this. Cops. I love cops. Cops are great. I think they're fantastic. My brother is a cop, like I said in another video. His background is he's an ex-Army Special Forces. He retired from being in the Army. He's a Ranger. He is now a cop in Memphis, Tennessee, which, if you guys don't know anything about Memphis, Tennessee, that place is dangerous. And he went to go work in the most dangerous part of Memphis, where, you know, all the really bad people live. They nicknamed him the Beard because he had a beard. I normally do have a beard, but where I currently live, it's not really good to have a beard because your skin can get weird. So that's why I only have the stash. Because I can have a stash, no problem, but when I have my beard, like, my skin here, like, it kind of like oozes and it's weird. Hard to explain. I really don't know what to call it. But one thing I can say is during the time when all those riots were happening, there was a large riot happening in Memphis, Tennessee. No one knew what to do. They didn't know how to handle it. Well, my brother took charge. And as far as I'm aware, to this day, which he's a detective now, but to this day, he has yet to have to use his firearm. Not one time. And this is Memphis we're talking about. Now, you know, we all know how legendary Detroit is in Baltimore. Memphis is right there with those two cities too, with how bad and violent it can get. Not only did he manage to handle the situation, he did it peacefully. And when this one guy I was talking to, who, I mean, based on what he was saying, it seemed like he was pretty far left. Gosh, excuse me. He's like, cops are trained to escalate. I was like, I'm sorry, what? I can pull up like thousands of hours to prove you wrong. I remember seeing this one clip where a guy was trying to do suicide by cop, and he obviously was having a hard time, had his phone in his pocket trying to act like it was a firearm. And he was literally just trying to, you know, do suicide by cop the entire time. He was like, please just kill me the entire time. And the cop the entire time was just talking him down, trying to get to the bottom of what was going on, and was able to help him. That's the type of footage we need to see. It's stuff like that too. Like, I continue to look at like these news anchors and how they either report part of the truth or they obscure the truth and don't report the whole thing. But like, I would love for there to be more news anchors or people that just I'm so sorry, that just, you know, do that type of thing, show the entirety of it. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to view everything objectively with an open mind, without having any kind of like thought to I'm purposely going to look for this one little thing. No, I'm just open mind, beginning till end, seeing what happens. And so that's how this channel was created, and how my videos are about. That's what I'm doing. That type of stuff is exactly what the media doesn't want us to see. No, we must not air feel good. Yeah, exactly. No, you're 100% right. I love seeing feel good stories. Like, I love watching the videos where like soldiers are returning home to like their loved ones and their pets, and just seeing their reactions, and like it chokes me up. It's me right in the feels, you know? But like, I want to definitely keep this channel like I'm doing it right now. Just pure, unedited, raw, no flashy stuff, no like publicizing anything, just me doing a thing, talking about it, and leaving it at that. The Sojourn dog videos, oh yeah. Like, dogs are precious. We don't deserve them. We really don't. We really do not deserve dogs. They're so good. They are just so good. So, let me tell you guys tell you something funny. So, please don't be baited into... Oh, I'm not changing. Are you kidding me? I am so unbelievably stubborn. It used to be frustrating, but now, based on what my wife is saying, it's endearing. So let me tell you guys a funny story. So my wife, Brazilian, lived in Brazil. Lived there for 2 years. I love that place. I really want to go back, and I will happily do a video just on Brazil and my experiences there if you want to hear it. So her family kind of saw how I was with my wife, and they're kind of trying to hop on the hype train of like getting with an American. Her niece just married an American. I think it's hilarious. I think it's great. But like her eldest niece just married an American. He was down there. They got married. He's back now. I don't know if they're trying to get it to where she can come to the U.S. If they are, I hope that they can. But yeah, I just find it funny because like her sister has now talked to like, I don't know, 5 dudes from here. A few of them were my friends. My aunt-in-law, one of them anyway. Which of course, a lot of American are perverts. What we do. Granted, we're not the most perverted country in the world, but we're still up there. But it's just like it's so funny. And like you could see like the impact that I had on their family. I can tell I had a huge impact on their family. Her granddad, who died earlier last year, loved me, and he had this opinion about long hair. He said men should not have long hair. Well, yeah. He changed his mind real quick. His grandmother, her grandmother loves me. Her aunts love me. Like I've had great relationships with like most of their family. If your wife doesn't want to be on camera, she could come in and chat. That's what I would like. Like I want her to like be more expressive, you know what I mean? Long hair gang, yeah, let's go. Took me 3 years, brother. Or am I on 4? I can't remember now. Oh yeah, it's long. It's very long. I have the longest hair in my family, and that's including all the women. That's how long my hair is. It's nutty. But like I would love for her to participate in these and say hi and stuff, because she has it in her mind that her English is not good. Her English is amazing. I mean, she has an accent. That's obvious, but like her English is great. And she knows words that I never heard of. I'm like she'll sit there and talk about something, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what does that word mean? Like I said, she is so book smart. She makes me seem like an idiot. I'm street smart, she's book smart. So we like kind of even each other out, you know? But I would love for her to, get on here. Oh my gosh, I love my wife. She's so good. I literally cannot picture my life without her in it now. And we butt heads. We don't agree on everything, but no one ever does. There's things in politics that she doesn't agree with that I agree with, and there's things in politics that I don't agree that she agrees with. But yeah, no, she's great. She can use Google Translate and copy and paste. She, believe it or not, she lately has been obsessed with ChatGPT. She has been using that a lot. And I'm like, Okay, I'm still going old school and just using Google. I mean, let her do her thing. She's doing her own thing. There are still a lot of things that I want to do with her here in the U.S. Like I want to take her to see the Grand Canyon. I've only ever seen it from a distance myself, and I truck drove. I would like to take her to see, Washington State, because that state is beautiful, despite the fact that the local government kind of sucks. New York State, same thing. Local government kind of sucks, but the state's beautiful. Like, there's been so many places I'd love to take her, but oh, slide went down the wrong pipe. But gotta do that grind. You know what I mean? Gotta save up money for it. Unfortunately, something keeps happening in my life where I have like no vacation time. So I would have loved to go to Brazil with her, but I mean, her mom and grandmother kept asking, "Is he coming?" Especially her grandmother. But yeah, like you guys will love her. She's great, and she's so funny. Me too. I believe my computer is too old to support chat. My computer is definitely just right. Actually, when I came back to the US, I upgraded my computer. It has like the latest. It doesn't have like now. It doesn't have the latest stuff in it, but back when I upgraded, it has like the latest everything. 64 gigs of RAM, liquid cooled. 4070. I did get a 13th gen Intel processor just because I'm like an Intel guy. And luckily for me, mine hasn't been burning out. If you don't know, for some reason, the 13th gen Intel processors are known to, like, burn. But I've been lucky to not have to worry about that. So I'm lucky. I've been blessed. My monitor, I just recently got a new monitor last year, and it's yeah, so it's big. You have no idea. I've had a smartphone. I have 2 flip phone. Oh yeah, flip phones. My very first smartphone. Believe it or not, like my parents would not let me have a smartphone, despite the fact I begged them for it. My first phone was the one that like slid up and had like the little keyboard. I love that phone. That phone was great. I have a smart TV, but I have no idea how to use it. I also have a smart TV, but my parents gave it to us when my wife and I moved into this apartment. That whole scenario was awful. My sister dies, I come home, get evicted, and then have to move to a new apartment with literally nothing. So the couch that's right behind me, parents gave us that. The desk that I'm currently using, I bought. That desk my wife bought. My parents gave us a little TV that my tower is standing on because my tower is too big for my desk to sit on. I got like 2. You can kind of see it. The chair right there. There's 2 chairs that are like bar stools, I guess you could say, type of thing. The bed my parents gave us because they had like a spare. We have like a little bench thing that we have the TV on. We don't have a dresser yet, which we really need to get one. But gotta grind. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean it's just I love my life. I literally cannot complain. I'm very happy where I'm at. I feel very blessed, and I just have this calling to put my voice out there now to talk. I used to be terrified to speak on what I believe in. I used to like not want to go out there and be like, "Hey, this is what I believe in." But what just happened? Like it just like I don't care anymore. I'm not scared. I still have a dining room set my parents gave me 30 years ago. There you go. Our apartment's not big enough for that. I mean, our apartment, it's good size. Our apartment in Brazil you could fit like 2 of those apartments in this one apartment. We have a living room, kitchen. We have an area for a washing machine and dryer. We have a full bath, bedroom. We have a closet for like the towels and such. closet in our main bedroom. But yeah, no, we're doing pretty good. I really cannot complain. Granted, my goal is to still be able to buy a house, despite the fact it seems impossible with how much I make. But I'll get there eventually, I'm sure. But I mean, then again, like a part of me kind of thinks it's just better just to rent because then you don't have to worry about HOAs or cutting your grass. I mean, hey, a table and 4 chairs can do a lot, for sure. That is for sure. Here, I mean, whenever my wife and I basically have dinner, I'm normally right here on my desk. Sometimes we'll eat at the counter right here because it's like a little, it's a mess. So I really don't want to show you, but there's like a counter that's like a table. It's like in the center of this whole room. Those that know, like in the South, like the open concept is pretty common and everything. Like this is very open. So it's, I mean, the ceiling is really high too. Like when the apartments I'm living in, like I really can't complain. You can tell that's like it's a prefab building, but it's like it's solid. I don't hear my neighbors talk. I don't hear their TVs. I don't hear any yelling. I hear loud banging when you like drop something heavy, sure, but yeah, nothing wrong with living cheap, especially with how the housing market. Oh yeah, housing market's awful. I could go and like talk about that for hours. Housing market is just awful. My nephew, my nephew. I would talk about him another time, but my cousin actually bought a house, and he has one. My other cousin that I grew up with, she and her husband, which I got to meet her husband not too long ago, about a month ago, and he's an awesome dude too. And they're also walking with Jesus too. It's great. I love to see it. But yeah, so I think it just is nice that, like, at least for me, having like an average Joe like you, like me, make content like I am doing, I think is great because then it will give like, more of a voice for everyone as well. Charlie not being here does, like, I still feel it. It literally feels like I lost a friend despite the fact I never met the dude. And I didn't really know who he was before. But the more I watch, the more I'm like, this guy. But yeah. But hey, so this is me. I'm gonna end it now just because I haven't eaten today. And I need to eat and rest my voice. I've been literally talking since 8 a.m. this morning. OMG, my sister called me last night to inquire about the different Bible translations. She's looking into a new Bible. Yeah. From my understanding, they're all based around like the same-ish. Just, different variant of like how words are said. But King James is a good one. What else is a good one? Like, I still don't know what mine translation is. I remember someone in the comments asking about that. I don't even know how to... New Industrial Version. That's the version I got, whatever that means. But yeah, I mean, just... all the Bibles tell the same story. It's just, are you wanting a more raw version or are you wanting a more soft version? Is really what it comes down to. Thanks for the chat, mate. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Oh yeah, and I hope you guys do too. I'm gonna go eat some food. Figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. Like, I haven't eaten yet today. I've just had Monster for my caffeine and then body armor. It's one of them things. And then I worked all day, made my part 3 video, and wanted to introduce myself to you guys. But I do plan on doing more stuff like this, so because I want to be more interactive with people, especially since my wife is in Brazil and I'm like really home alone. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for talking to me and listening, and look forward to more Charlie videos. Look forward to more just random videos of just me talking about random nonsense. But I love you all. Again, walk with Jesus. One of the things that my dad used to always preach to me is, walk with the King and be a blessing and lead by example. And I am trying my best. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this little get to know us with a prayer. If you don't mind, please pray with me. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you so much for blessing me with the ability to speak to all the men and women out there, giving me the strength to just put my voice out there and getting them to hear that there are people that do pay attention. Give everyone the ability to live a comfortable and easy life. Help them find their way towards your light. And I do hope that you continue to show us just how amazing you are and how beautiful this world really is, despite the fact there's so much chaos in it. And I pray that you continue to, be with us in our trying times and our hard times and our easy times. We know that we need you in all things, and as long as we give you all of our troubles and strengths, all of our blessings and everything, that you will continue to guide us. And I pray this in Jesus' holy name. Amen. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in